Hey boys and girls, it's Miss Byrne.
Mrs. Cunningham here, and we have a project that we wanted to share with you today using teamwork.
Absolutely. And we're going to start with the story. We thought this would be the perfect way to introduce this project to you. It's a Dr. Seuss book, which you're typically used to reading in March when it's his birthday, but today, we've got a special treat. The title is My Many Colored Days by Dr. Seuss.
Some days are yellow and some are blue. On different days, I'm different too.
You'd be surprised how many ways I change on different colored days.
On bright red days, how good it feels to be a horse and kick up my heels.
I love the way Mrs. Cunningham turns the pages from the top. That's brilliant. Then the pages don't get ripped. On other days, I'm other things. On bright blue days, I flap my wings.
Some days, of course, feel sort of brown. Then I feel slow and low, low down.
Makes me sleepy. Then comes a yellow day, and whee! I'm a busy, buzzy bee. Seen a lot of bees lately. How about you?
Gray day, everything is gray. I watch, but nothing moves today.
Then all of a sudden, I'm a circus seal. On my orange days, that's just how I feel.
Green days, deep, deep in the sea. Cool and quiet fish. That's me.
It's really quiet in here today. On purple days, I'm sad. I groan, I drag my tail. I walk alone.
But when my days are happy pink, jump, it's great to jump and just not think. Oops, I put that word in the wrong spot. I had to go back.
She did what good readers do. She went back and fixed it. Good job, Mrs. Cunningham.
Thank you, Ms. Byrne.
Then come my black days, mad and loud. I howl, I growl at every cloud. I was looking at the pictures. I'm sorry, boys and girls. I just was really into that picture. Look at that.
Sometimes you get carried away by art.
It's so true. I mean, that is just beautiful.
Then comes a mixed up day and wham! I don't know who or what I am.
Have you ever felt like that? Sometimes you wake up and you're super happy, and then something happens and now you're sad, and then something else happens and you're happy again. A lot of mixed emotions.
I'm feeling these days a lot lately.
Me too.
You probably are too.
But it all turns out all right, you see, and I go back to being me.
We are back, boys and girls, and we are ready to take the story from Dr. Seuss and put it into a piece of artwork that reflects what's inside of your heart. What are you feeling? So the first thing we have is we have our materials set up. For this project, it's very basic materials. You need a white piece of paper. You're going to need 2 different drawing tools, a pencil, and some kind of a Sharpie or a black marker. And then we each have our own bin of crayons that we'll be using. The very first thing we're going to do on the clean side of the paper is we're going to draw a heart. The heart could be over towards the right side or towards the left. I would like you not to put it right in the middle because we have another step and we'll need some room for that. So I'm going to start on the right side, and I'm starting at the top of that curved line of the heart, coming down. And then since hearts are kind of symmetrical or same on both sides, I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. The size of my heart is about the size of my hand when my fingers are stretched out.
So now that we used our pencil tool to draw our hearts, I think step 2 involves some boxes and lines. How many?
We need 6.
We need 6. Big boxes or just medium-sized boxes?
Medium, I think, is best. When
Okay.
you're an artist, you need to look at the size of paper you have to deal with, and you have to make sure you're planning ahead to make things fit.
Okay, so boys and girls, step 2, we are going to make 6 boxes, and next to each box, we're going to put a line so that we can label how we're feeling and our colors and all these wonderful things. So, should I start at the top? Should I start at the bottom? Does it really matter?
No, do your
as long
thing.
as I have 6.
Yep,
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna do mine too.
a box looks like a square, so 4 lines about the same size, and then a line next to it. Okay, 6 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And lines outside the boxes so that we can label our feeling. Boys and girls, what you're going to do now, if you have a Sharpie or if you have a regular black marker, and even if you don't have a black marker, use a black crayon. You want to outline your heart and your boxes and your line so it sticks out. So, you know, it makes it pop. So do that now, or I'm doing that now.
Yeah, we're both doing it. Now, as we're doing this, I noticed that Miss Burns said outline. So that means right now, you're not adding anything else. You're just going over what you did with pencil to make it stand out, to make it more clear, or to make it pop, as she says.
I like to make it pop.
So your next set of directions is where your crayons come in. You need to pick 6 colors that matter to you, that are important to you in some way. It doesn't matter what the colors are, but these colors are going to have to represent a feeling. So as you're thinking about what you feel, think about a color that matches. Miss Byrne, can you talk to us about one of the colors in the book and how it might be different for you?
Absolutely. Boys and girls, when we were reading My Many Colored Days by Dr. Seuss, there was a page in the book that showed a dinosaur, and he was alone and he was feeling sad. And in the book, that color that represented that feeling was purple. And for me, purple doesn't make me sad at all. It's my second favorite color. So for me, I may use purple to draw something inside my heart that makes me feel happy or excited or thrilled. So it's okay if maybe the colors that you're thinking of using on your beautiful portrait might not match up with the colors that were talked about in the book. And that's okay because colors mean different things to different people.
That's true. So we're going to give you time now to color in each of your 6 boxes and to label what that color means to you, and we'll be back in a flash. What you have missed when we were working with the camera off for a moment is that what we did was we filled in each of the 6 of our boxes with colors that we chose, and we labeled each of those colors to represent what they mean to us. Mine are different than Miss Burns. I've got curious for green, calm for that indigo blue, unsure is black. I'm happy when I think about orange. I'm angry when I think about red. I'm a little bit nervous when I have that gray-blue color showing. Miss Byrne, you want to share yours?
I would love to share mine, and I love looking at other people's work and seeing that we're very similar, but we're also very different. And so my colors that I chose and what they mean to me, red, sort of like a bright fire engine red, orange. I get anxious when I think of that color. When I think of being anxious, that's the color that comes to mind. Excited, oh, pink for sure. Happy, green, reminds me of my dad, and my dad makes me happy. Tired, blue, the color blue, oh, I could go to sleep. Nervous is gray, not really sure. It's kind of like what Mrs. Cunningham said about being unsure. Nervous and unsure mean kind of the same thing. And then purple, thrilled. And I am thrilled to be doing this right now. And as you can see, I started to color in my heart. I'm not done yet, but I was thinking, I don't know if this is okay, Mrs. Cunningham, but if I'm really, really happy right now, maybe I really want to put the color green in most of my heart. And it doesn't have to be colored like mine. It might have different shapes like triangles or circles or whatever comes to mind. Art is the way that you interpret it, boys and girls. It's not, there's no right or wrong. It's how you feel and expressing it and getting it on the paper. So since I'm very happy to be doing this right now, I may make this bigger because I want that to represent most of my heart.
So we're gonna work a little bit and fill up our hearts with what our hearts feel like on the inside.
Mrs. Cunningham, that looks very beautiful. Can you maybe hold that up and show the
Thank you,
boys and
Ms.
girls?
Burns.
It's so pretty.
So we'll share both of ours, but as Ms. Burns finishing up, one thing that you need to be most careful of is make sure whichever colors you chose to represent your feelings, and make sure that however you organized the art part inside of the heart, that it fills up the whole space. That is something that's going to be important. Your heart is not empty. Your heart has a ton of things in it that are important to feel and important to take notice of, especially when we're in these times that are all different and unusual for us to be working together. I think she's about set with finishing touches.
I am, and my feelings were kind of changing as I was working on this, and
I noticed that too.
did you notice that?
Didn't turn out like I thought.
No, I was nervous to do this video today, and by the time I got to this part, my nerves had calmed down, and that was just a little bit of how I was feeling, and thrilled to be doing this and having this experience right now. It just took over, so that's why it's most of my heart. And they look so different, and I love them both.